Hey everyone, it's Horizon.
And Liz.
And welcome to the preview for Browns at the Patriots. This is an important game because they're basically both competing for the third wildcard spot at this point. Although the Patriots are in contention for the division as well. Anyway, go over the injury list. Jamie Collins actually on IR now, so this is actually inaccurate. Don't know when he hurt his ankle, I guess in practice. He's done now. I mean, whatever. To be honest, the guy has not been good since coming back. I know he had the amazing pick last game, but other than that, he really hasn't done much. Jake Bailey, questionable with a knee. It still baffles me when like a punter or kicker gets injured. It's like, how? Jaquan Bentley with his ribs, Folk with his forever left knee. Harris has been ruled out.
Yeah.
They got a freaking concussion. That's honestly not relevant. They're not running on Cleveland anyway. So if you're going to be hurt, might as well be hurt here. Harry with his knee. What else is new? The guy's useless anyway. Hightower with his ankle.
He's been very good. If you look at his numbers, he's been very good. So don't say he hasn't been.
He's been slower
good.
than he's been in the
but
past.
He's still been very good.
But he's still got good instincts and stuff. But we'll see. We'll see if he plays. Shaq Mason with his abdomen. Hopefully he plays. Jalen Mills with his thigh. Oshesky's already rolled out, so that means Jacoby Myers is probably doing the punt returns.
They had somebody else doing it too.
Yeah, Stevenson is doing the kick returns, but that ain't happening. Jonathan Smith with his shoulder. He pretty much plays half a game every week and then goes out.
Yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson with a concussion. He hasn't technically been ruled out, which is baffling to me because he hasn't participated in practice. So, I don't know. Stevenson, I get how he got a concussion. I don't understand how Harris got a concussion.
No.
I really don't. He did not get hit in the head.
I don't either. Maybe when he fell?
I guess, but by the way, Win, learn how to block, please. Stop letting guys go right by you. He's a problem on the line. Trent did come off of IR this week, I believe. Trent Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they should consider moving him to left tackle. And Kyle Van Noy with his groin, but you know, I'd be surprised if Stevenson plays, so that's going to leave them with Taylor and Bolden. Honestly, the most important running back in this game is Brandon Bolden because he is their pass-catching one. Cleveland Browns, their center is out. Treader out with a knee. He's already been rolled out. And Grady Williams is questionable with a shoulder, and that's basically it. Yeah, our...
Chubb is out.
Oh, right. Chubb is out, but he's out on
IR.
on the COVID IR. It's different. I think they had another player on COVID IR too, but I forget. I think he came off. I think their other running back maybe.
I have no idea.
But whatever. That's a big problem for the Browns because they're a run-first team, and
Their backup will have to step up. They're number 2, whoever it is.
yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure what the Patriots are going to do is they're going to stay at the box and they're going to take that away.
What receivers do they have?
I forget. I'd have to actually look at it. Because they had Beckham, but they just traded him. He wasn't doing anything anyway for him.
Which is good for the Rams.
Which is good
because
the Rams just lost Woods, so I guess
he's going to have to be productive for them now.
Well, the question is he any good anymore? I don't know. He was awful in Cleveland. Would have been nice if the Patriots had picked him up, but
I think they tried.
But that's just because
he wanted to play for a team that was going to be successful in the next couple of years.
Okay, well, the Patriots are 5-4 right now, dude. What do you mean successful?
And you went to a team that lost the Super Bowl with a stacked team. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I mean, whatever.
I don't know if it was a money thing
at
or
the
what.
time, it makes no sense because, I know Woods got hurt and you can't predict that, but at the time, like, was Beckham even going to start on that team?
I don't know.
Would he get snaps over Woods and Cooper Kupp? Hell no.
Probably not.
Hell no. Like, those two are better receivers than him right now.
For sure.
So, I don't know. He's lucky that Woods got hurt because I don't think he'd ever get this ball. I mean, he was complaining about no targets on Cleveland, and you think he was going to be better on the Rams with that stacked team? Like, man, you're crazy.
Probably get in rare situations they'd use him.
Yeah, but he would complain about that because the kind of guy he is. Like with the Patriots, he'd be a number 1 or number 2 receiver.
He'd get all the snaps.
So,
he would take over for Myers.
It just made no sense. Like if your complaint was targets, then go to Kansas City because you'd be their number 1 receiver.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe number 2, depending on if you think Tyreek Hill is a pure number 1 receiver or not.
And I guess the other 2 teams were the Packers and the Saints, I think.
Even the Packers, like, really, dude? You're not getting targets over Cobb and Adams?
Yeah, come on.
Like, that's crazy.
And the Saints,
And
I don't get.
I mean, I don't know. So it just seemed weird to me.
I guess they
chose the Rams.
supposedly aggressively pursued him.
They did.
Whatever that means
But
for
who
the
knows?
Patriots, aggressively
the Packers
pursuing people.
really didn't pursue him. They basically offered him a league minimum. In other words, fine, we'll give you an offer so that we don't look stupid, but we don't really want you. So I don't know. We'll see how Beckham does with the Rams. But the Rams are stacked. But the problem with the Rams, they got no draft picks. So if they don't win this year, they're screwed.
Yeah, they're tied up for a while.
They're tied up for a long time. Yeah.
So back to the Browns.
Anyway, back to this game.
Patriots defense probably will do fine.
Yeah, they should be fine defensively. So, I mean, just they'll stack the box, take away the run, force Mayfield to throw the ball. He's been inconsistent. So, you know, that's to our strength there. Mayfield throwing against our secondary, I like our chances. Mix up the coverages, you know, basically do what they've been doing to young quarterbacks.
I mean, Jackson's a lights out corner at
Yeah,
this point.
Jackson's
Lights
he's
out.
nearly a shutdown corner at this point. And offensively, it's going to be a problem because the Browns have a really good defense overall. Run defense, I think they're ranked number 3. Like, we're not running against the Browns. We're just not running against them. So, you know, losing Harris sucks, but he's
Doesn't
not
really
going to do
matter
anything
for this
anyway
game.
in this game.
Yeah.
So, they're a little weaker against the pass, but not by much. I mean, they still rank, I think, either 9 or 10, which is still pretty damn good.
Yeah, it is.
So,
They're right up there with us.
I know they are. So, it's going to be a problem. So, the plan should be make ample use of Bolden lined up against linebackers. Maybe get matchup problems with Smith if he plays, and Henry against safeties when he can. Just gonna have to be a matchup game, you know. Read and exploit matchups is what's gonna have to be.
I think the Browns also have that like rookie on their team and the
Yeah,
defense that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they have.
What's his name? Do you know it?
They have that guy that's in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're a good team. They're still the Browns, so it's like
The Patriots are 0-6 against the Browns. Or no, the Browns are 0-6 against us. Sorry.
The Patriots routinely demolish the Browns. I mean, to be fair, this is actually a good Browns team, but I don't know. The Browns are one of those organizations where it's really hard to have faith in them. Like those rare years that Detroit does good or Jacksonville does good, you always think, is this really real?
Yeah, like the year that they made the playoffs and we played them.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
it's
bizarre.
just the way the Browns have always been a questionable franchise as far as manager is concerned, but
Yeah, definitely.
but they're good this year, so you know we'll see. We're basically competing for the driver's seat of this what's it, number 7 seed, which is the 3rd wild card spot. So I mean, it should be a good game. Hopefully, defensively, you know, I think we can basically rush it, just our front 4, pass rushing wise. So. We get him in 3rd and longs and stuff, so.
Chase Winovich also came off IR.
Yeah, well, he's a depth guy at this point. I mean, Barmore took his job, frankly. The Patriots have like an elite pass rush now, which is really weird. It's just really weird, but
Yeah.
you got pretty much elite pass rush, really good secondary, a little bit worse against the run, but not significantly so. So, you know, and I think they're going to take away the run this week and make Mayfield throw. So.
Would make sense if they do that.
That would make sense. So
I mean, they may not figure that out to the 3rd quarter or 4th quarter.
I think they're gonna game plan that.
I
And
don't
without
know.
Chubb, Browns are in a significantly worse position. But
Yep.
should be a good game. Patriots I think are favored, but not by much.
Short week for the Pats too, because they play the Falcons on Thursday.
Yeah, I am worried about the Falcons.
It's still a short week, though.
I'm sorry, Falcons fans. God, I feel so bad for Atlanta Falcons fans. But the Braves did just win the World Series.
So you guys did get one win.
Atlanta
from some franchise.
They got two. That's their second World Series win. So
in like 30 years.
Yeah, but when you're an Atlanta fan, you take what you can get because it's not much.
True.
The Falcons have been just a disastrous organization, unfortunately. Really wasted Matt Ryan's whole career.
Sadly,
because the guy's a pretty solid quarterback. But, Mike Stafford, thank God he got out of freaking Detroit because, my God, they wasted his career.
Yeah, you can see that
the
now.
The guy's a good quarterback.
We've always said he was a good quarterback.
Well, he carried that team from being horrible to being mediocre, which says something.
We always thought Stafford was a good QB.
Stafford is a good QB.
We lost to the Lions like 3 years ago.
I know we did.
Somehow.
Well, that's because Patricia knew the team. Knew our team.
Yeah.
He was the coach at the time.
The other football news that's interesting is that Cam Newton got signed by the Panthers to a one-year deal for $10 million, which is...
He's going to start because... Sam
Darnold.
He got hurt.
He'll be back with Christian McCaffrey.
That's true. I like McCaffrey.
Good player.
He is a good player.
Good guy.
I feel so bad for Darnold. That's like the third time that the Patriots have just
bodied him.
Utterly embarrassed him. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if the guy's going to recover.
They got his number.
I don't know. He looked promising early, but this year, oh well, you never can tell. And Titans lost Julio Jones for 3 weeks, so
I think their season's done.
They're 7-2, but that ain't gonna hold. You don't have Derrick Henry or Julio Jones. They got.
Henry had surgery, so he's done.
He's done. Yeah.
Jones is on IR for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. So they're probably gonna lose the next 3 games because offensively they got nothing. They got nothing.
Nobody of that caliber, at least.
They
have they just lost their number one back and their number one receiver.
They didn't just lose the number one back. Their number one back. They lost the number one back in football.
Yeah.
There is no other Derrick Henry, and he tore his Achilles.
He had surgery on his foot.
Career over.
It wasn't his Achilles. He had foot surgery.
Well, career over. You can't plant with a injured foot as a running back. That's career ending.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if he comes back.
I
hope he does.
I hope he comes back too, but he'll never be the same guy.
Nah.
He'll never be the same guy, and that's the problem. When you injure your foot as a
It's kind of like when Peyton had the plantar fasciitis in his foot. He never played the same.
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
I didn't hear with that.
Because that's
painful. It was amazing he came back from that neck injury and looked good for a year or two.
Yeah.
Because it's not normal. Typically when you get an injury that severe, it's just the end, but whatever. So I do think the Patriots are going to win this game. They should. I think they are a better team overall. Not by much, but I think they are a better team overall. So I think they're going to win probably by about 3 points, maybe 24-21.
I was going to say 30-27 because I think the Browns will still put up points.
Man.
Because they're like one of the number one scoring offenses too this year. So I'm going to say 30-27
Well,
Patriots.
They can run the ball, but the problem is they ain't going to be able to run the ball today or tomorrow.
So I'm saying 30-27 to see what happens.
I will see, whatever.
Could be low scoring, could be high scoring. It's going to be cold in Boston.
Might be a low scoring game.
It's going to be a cold, windy game.
Also, who knows how much of an effect Belichick's going to have on Mayfield because, has he played the Patriots? Has he played Belichick yet?
A couple of years ago, I think, right?
He's still a young quarterback.
It's been a few years since we played the Browns.
2019? No, we've never lost to the Browns.
Right. 2018, 2019 they played?
2019, I think. I'm trying to remember if Mayfield was... I think he was there. Because I think this is the last year of his rookie contract. It'd be interesting to see what the Browns do with Mayfield because, do you give him a big contract? I don't know, honestly.
I wouldn't.
He hasn't proven enough to me, personally. And I think he's got a pretty high ceiling, but he hasn't proven he can get there.
I wouldn't go pay him $500 million like KC did to Mahomes.
Yeah, and then it turns out Mahomes is a mediocre quarterback.
He fell right off
a cliff.
Jesus.
He leads the league in interceptions. He's Zach Wilson level now. Obviously Wilson's a significantly worse player, but it's not good when you have that many picks. And yeah, some of them aren't his fault, but a lot of the things that people are defending Mahomes on with those picks are bad reads and bad throws. that are inaccurate, that are causing the tips.
So we'll see what happens with the AFC. It's all tossed up right now.
The AFC's super weak.
It's the NFC that's going to be the harder division or conference.
I mean, KC has a 5-4 record, which is just nuts because they really should have. They have like an 0-8 record. They're awful.
They're bad.
Like they're bad. Holy cow! But whatever. We'll see it for the game.
And then it'll be a quick turnaround for the next
Yeah,
one.
unfortunately. All right.
Yay. Thursday night games. Woohoo.
Don't worry, KC. We've been there with bad QB play. It is what it is.
Hey, you guys know. We benched Tom in a game against you.
Oh, well, we thought Cam Newton was going to be elite for us. He sucked. Sometimes shit happens. Is what it is. All right. Take care.